Today on Good Morning Maine, the commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting heard testimony from 2 new police departments yesterday. Plus, the latest on the progress in the Supreme Court as they work to decide if Donald Trump will be on the ballot. And we'll hear about a new substance detox program in Bangor as administrators say they work to help people recover from active addiction. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith and thank you for joining us this morning. My colleague Craig Colson is still down for the count with the flu. Unfortunately, something's going around. Wash your hands out there, folks. Let's start the day off with a check of that forecast with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, happy Friday morning. A small crowd advisory is in effect along the coast until 6 a.m. Saturday because we're watching for some active surf that will be possible. There's also a winter weather advisory up farther off towards the north until 9 a.m. Saturday because they're watching out for slippery roadways that will be possible. There was some wintry precipitation that will be on the way. Meanwhile, though, we're watching for some clouds that are moving in from the west going toward the east. You might notice the precipitation right about in here and think we're in trouble, right? Well, we're not really because we do have high pressure that's right overhead with the dry air overhead as well. That will erode some of that precipitation before it makes it to the ground. So even though we have all this tracking in from the west to the east, most of us should stay dry today. You might notice some precipitation at best, though, but most of us should stay dry overall. Moving forward, though, mostly cloudy coming up for today. We'll hold on to the clouds coming up later on tonight. And also through Saturday, we will have rain showers on the way as we head towards Saturday night. The winds may start to increase a little bit at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts, even up to 15 miles per hour, cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up there. So for today, here we go. Lower 40s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 30s, mostly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 40s, mostly cloudy, south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, the hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period of mostly cloudy sky, temperatures warming to the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Yesterday morning, jurors heard opening statements in the case of a Lincolnville man accused of killing his best friend and roommate just over a year ago. Our David Ledford has the details from the courtroom.
The stakes could not be higher.
Matthew Pendleton is charged with murdering 47-year-old Kevin Curett in January of last year. Pendleton allegedly reported the death himself, and in April he pleaded not guilty. On the first day of Pendleton's trial Thursday, state prosecutors revealed the cause of Curett's death.
Kevin's body was removed and examined by Dr. Margaret Greenwald, a state medical examiner. She determined that Kevin's cause of death was ligature strangulation.
During opening statements, the prosecution outlined some of the physical evidence found at the scene that they will use to make their case.
The detectives further searched the scene and found that inside the house a fire extinguisher had been discharged. They found bloody items throughout the property, including a bag of bloody paper towels hidden out back in the yard.
The defense argued that Curett's history of alcohol use and his long friendship with Pendleton were strong enough factors to create reasonable doubt.
But there is a reasonable doubt as to Matthew's guilt in this case. At the time of his death, Kevin Currett's blood alcohol content was 0.22, nearly 3 times the legal limit. He frequently drank to the point where he couldn't stand up. He was falling downstairs. Matt didn't harm Kevin. Matt loves Kevin.
The state began calling its first witnesses Thursday, including Pendleton's ex-wife and daughter, who both noted that Pendleton has a history of alcohol abuse as well. In Belfast, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
The trial will continue today at the Waldo County Superior Court, where the state is expected to call more witnesses. In other news now, the commission investigating the Lewiston mass shooting heard testimony from 2 police departments yesterday afternoon. Our Augusta reporter, Corey Bichard, has more about what we're learning about police response.
For 3 hours, the commission heard details about the response from the Lewiston and Lisbon police departments, both during and after the October 25th mass shooting.
We were expanding our search. We'd investigated several complaints, suspicious vehicles and whatnot. Had worked our way into Lisbon Falls, and while getting into Lisbon Falls, had caught a glimpse of something in that parking lot when we were driving by.
After the vehicle at the boat launch was confirmed to be Robert Card's, police said they didn't initially approach the vehicle and waited for Maine State Police to arrive and take control of the area.
Through the network, we received information that they wanted other agencies out of the area, so as they assumed positions on the perimeter, we backed out and left the area, continued patrolling.
This is a standard practice, officers and commissioners say, because Maine State Police has jurisdiction over all homicides in the state, except for Portland and Bangor.
So it wasn't that they just came in to take over because they're the big agency.
Correct.
By law, they have to take over.
By law, it's standard. Yeah.
Police say there's a walking trail connecting the boat launch area to Card's former place of employment.
You aware of any connection between Mr. Card and Maine Recycling that evening?
Yes, that information had been relayed.
3 police officers searched the area of Maine Recycling. Driving through and around the area, Card's body was later found. Police say they searched the open trailers, but decided not to search the ones that were closed.
Tactically, it probably wasn't the best for us to be searching in this manner, looking into trailers where basically your upper torso and head are made readily available almost immediately.
At the last commission hearing, members of the deaf community testified about the lack of resources available despite the number of victims being deaf.
I didn't know that there was members of the deaf community that were involved at all until really a couple days later.
Chief Ryan McGee of the Lisbon Police Department defended all of the police actions in their response during and after the shooting.
And I ultimately think 36 to 40 hours, that individual being alive, he didn't kill himself right off. I think it's because of all the work of the people sitting behind me and all the other agencies is the reason why he was contained to an area and couldn't do any more carnage to our communities.
The commission's next scheduled hearing is February 15th, where they'll hear from the Maine State Police, the agency that took the lead in the investigation and response to the shooting. In Augusta, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It seems unlikely the Supreme Court will kick former President Donald Trump off of the 2024 ballot. Arguments taking place at the High Court on Thursday as several states, including Maine and Colorado, have tried to prevent Trump from staying on the ballot. The justices could act quickly, possibly by Super Tuesday on March 5th, when Colorado, Maine, and 13 other states will hold primaries. Lawyers citing Trump's alleged attempts to undo the results of the 2020 election, which led to the insurrection at the Capitol on January 6th of 2021, as the reason he should be removed. Trump's attorneys have argued that Trump did not incite the insurrection. All right, moving on now. Maine lawmakers will soon decide whether to sign onto an Article 5 convention of states to try and pass 2 constitutional amendments that Congress has refused to take up. The bipartisan bill seeks to implement term limits for U.S. Congress members and create an amendment to overturn the Supreme Court's Citizens United decision. That decision, allowing for unlimited donations to political action committees, as long as they do not directly involve a political candidate. Lawmakers heard from a professor from Harvard Law School about Practice 5, Article 5 conventions.
3 months after that decision, a lower federal court decided that if you can spend unlimited amounts of money, you can contribute unlimited amounts of money. So we now have these super PACs that have taken over politics across America. They're the most polarizing and destructive political speech in America right now. It's what decides elections and decides it in a way that really separates people. And the consequence of that has been increasing dysfunction in Washington. So the movement to get an amendment to overturn Citizens United is really to give us a way to regain some control over this big money.
Professor Lessig added under the guidelines, Article 5 conventions are limited to discuss only the topics they are called to address. A new substance detox program in Bangor is now accepting patients. Wabanaki Public Health and Wellness recently opened the Cedar Road Detox Program along Mount Hope Avenue. The program is a medicated assisted withdrawal plan that offers various treatment plans. Administrators say their goal is to help people make the first step in their journey to recovery.
Your body becomes very conditioned to those substances, and what we offer is that comfort and care through medications and through other means to ensure that that medication withdrawal process is done in a safe, humane, and loving way.
And they say the support does not stop there, as they also provide further aid once patients are discharged. They'll be offering intake appointments today, and self-referrals are accepted. More information can be found on our website, foxbangor.com. All right, the time now is 8:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, school districts across the state continue to deal with bus driver shortages. But one company based in southern Maine thinks they have a solution. But before we take a break, let's take one more quick look at that forecast. Mostly cloudy today, although quite warm with a high of 40 degrees, dropping down to a low only of 30 tonight. Those clouds are holding on overnight into tomorrow, where another mostly cloudy day, high of 48 degrees. We'll be right back.
Jerry's Used Cars has been a family-owned business for more than 30 years, currently in Corinna and Vesey. However, we have changed a little as we are no longer just a buy here, pay here dealership. We now have access to outside financing and also carry utility trailers. We would be happy to assist you with your next vehicle purchase. And don't forget, here at Jerry's Used Cars, we offer an extended warranty. So give us a call at either our Corinna or Vesey location.
Are your gutters weighed down by debris causing them to sag and overflow? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems. Clogged gutters lead to costly repairs for your home, so skip the cleaning and stop the clogs with Gutter Shutter. Gutter Shutter, the world's best gutter, is a high-performance gutter with a lifetime no-clog guarantee. Stop the clutter, get Gutter Shutter. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
First National Bank, Healing Hands Massage, Loring Job Corps, Old Town Redemption, Scott's Recreation, and Twin City Tile.
Is this person married? Are you interested?
It's where popping the right question.
Is this a very small used-to-be planet?
Yes. It probably were other planets' hand-me-downs.
Leads to right answers.
Is this place Pluto?
It is Pluto!
And big wins.
He joined the Marvel Universe in 2015. Hurrah! Yeah!
Person, place, or thing.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
As school districts across the state continue to deal with bus driver shortages, a company based in southern Maine says their technology could be part of the solution. Our Grace Blanchard explains.
The state of Maine is no stranger to bus driver shortages. However, new technology being made available to school bus drivers is already making an impact.
More than 50 school districts across the country are using our platform.
Unite GPS is a company in South Portland dedicated to creating vehicle tracking solutions. They say their program Crosswalk K-12 is making transportation safer and more efficient for drivers.
We can do just like Google Maps for your phone. We give turn-by-turn directions to the driver.
Bunnell says the technology goes well beyond turn-by-turn directions.
You want to know, where am I going? Where are the stops? Who are the students I'm picking up? And all of that can be handed to a driver here.
The program relies on an identification card system that allows the school, parents, and drivers to monitor when students get on and off the bus. This optimizes routes and increases safety measures.
It's important because the first person the child sees in the morning, if they're taking the school bus, is the driver, and that's the last person they see.
The program has already been implemented in 3 districts in southern Maine, but for schools in more rural areas, internet access could present issues.
We have spotty internet at best, spotty radio communication in terms. So I like the idea, but it would be hard to do.
Developers say they hope the technology will continue to help recruit and train new drivers, and more importantly, help keep students safe.
We need to make sure that we can provide that to future generations because it's going to be up to them.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
16 Mainers will have a chance to join the state's lucrative elver fishing industry. The tiny baby eels, which are often worth more than $2,000 per pound, are harvested from rivers and streams in Maine. The Department of Marine Resources will hold a lottery starting yesterday for the right to apply for an elver license. The lottery runs through 4:30 p.m. on March 4th. The upcoming season starts at noon on March 22nd. Officials say the lottery is available to Maine residents who are at least 15 years old by the start of the 2024 season and who are eligible to purchase an Elver license in 2024 because they have not had their right to obtain an Elver license suspended. At the time the lottery was established, the Maine legislature set a cap of 425 state-issued licenses. These 16 ones that are available now are the result of licenses that weren't renewed in 2022 and 2023. All right, the time now is 8:15. After the break, we take a look at a glove maker who's taking the world by storm with gloves crafted right here in Maine. And we'll have that forecast right after the break.
Comfy, cozy, relaxing. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find rockers, recliners, sofas, and easy chairs. Quality furniture, affordable prices. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
The Chevy Silverado. With available Super Cruise connected by OnStar. Only Super Cruise lets you drive hands-free and tow hands-free. It'll help you get to the adventure energized, and it'll help drive you home. Get 2.9% financing for 72 months on all 2024 Silverado 1500 models, or get $5,000 total value on this Silverado High Country when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Visit your Maine Chevy dealer.
The truck slammed into me from behind.
When you're seriously injured, put Maine's most recognized personal injury law firm to work for you.
With all the medical bills, I knew I had to call Joe. They had the resources and experience to go after all the money I deserved.
Find out what your case is really worth.
There was no fee until they won my case.
Call Joe, the law offices of Joe Bornstein, fighting and winning for injured Mainers for nearly 50 years.
They really do mean business.
This is Sheldon Cooper's theory of relativity.
All right.
F is family.
We have family business to discuss.
We're getting a puppy?
No.
Then I'm not sure I care. X is love.
Sweet dreams. Love you.
Love you too, because you're my mom.
Young Sheldon 5 times a week.
On Fox 22.
Durable, sturdy, stylish. Not Joe. Joe's Furniture. Joe's Furniture Warehouse in Newport is the place to find solid wood, built to last, made in Maine dressers, bureaus, and nightstands. Not your average Joe. Joe's Furniture Warehouse, Grogan Avenue in Newport.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. In 1980, Ted and Laura Sweeney began the endeavor of creating gloves strong enough to withstand the frigid temperatures required when handling pharmaceutical compounds. 40 years have come and gone now, but Temp Shield is still here in Trenton and all over the globe, too. Our Doug Banks has the story.
The Maine work ethic is second to none.
Temp Shield gloves are being worn around the globe, from Utah to the UK.
Trucks, vessels, laboratories, pharmaceuticals, and industrial applications.
And it all starts inside 2 warehouses on Industrial Way. An inspection looks for defects in the fabric. Hundreds of feet of material is pressed and sliced.
They can be assembled in a day, but if you're looking at a pair of gloves, an hour or 2.
This is just one part of the big picture.
Cut, bundled, and organized. The process moves across the street to be assembled, inspected, and
into finished goods, ready for orders.
When COVID brought the world to a halt, their gloves were used to handle Pfizer vaccines held in -degree temperature.
Our demand for our commercial cryogenic protection doubled overnight.
In the midst of heightened production, Temp Shield broke into the consumer market with Mainer's brand of gloves. La Rochelle joined in 2012 as employee number 14. Today, there's nearly 30 craftsmen.
When people knew that there was vaccines out there waiting for protection, people took it very serious.
As Temp Shield and Mainer's gloves go far beyond Trenton, he says it's not the machines who make the gloves, it's the people.
Our hands here making these gloves are craftsmen, works of art.
In Trenton, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Love to see it. I'd say a win for a local Maine industry is a win for all of us. Okay, moving on now to Ohio, where a student is being hailed as a hero for helping stop a mass shooting at his school. His dad says, despite threats on his son's life, his son did the right thing. Here's ABC's Andrea Fujii.
This morning, a 15-year-old is credited with helping thwart a school shooting allegedly plotted by his classmate at this high school in Ohio.
That was more important than his life, was protecting his classmates. And I could not be more proud of him. And I mean, he's a hero for what he did.
Zach Swallen says his son, Boom, wasted no time earlier this week telling him that his classmate had revealed a plan to shoot people at Marymount High School.
The swift action was definitely warranted, and I'm grateful that my son reached out.
Investigators say that classmate allegedly planned to kill 8 students and a teacher.
It was an obvious threat. There was no doubt that this was going to occur.
Authorities say text messages revealed the would-be shooter was conspiring with an adult who was out of state. The teen suspect allegedly texting, "I need them dead really soon." The adult allegedly responding, "I got you, bro." Police say the teen responded, "Can you do tomorrow?" Swallen says his son saw the teen's plan on paper and told him Tuesday. The next day, the teen was arrested and is now accused of a conspiracy to commit aggravated murder. Swallen says the suspect had threatened Boom if he told anyone about the plan. But that didn't stop Boom from doing the right thing.
He literally told me that he didn't care if he got killed, just as long as he was able to protect his classmates.
Officials say the adult who was texting with the suspect was texting from a Colorado area code. They wouldn't say if that person has been arrested. As for the teen, the prosecutor is asking that he be tried as an adult. Andrea Fujii, ABC News, New York.
Wow, somebody get that kid a full scholarship to college or something, whatever he wants. Okay, the time now is 8:22. Let's get a full look at that forecast with meteorologist Evan Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. A small craft advisory is posted until 6 a.m. Saturday, though, along the coast because active surf will be expected coming up. There's also a winter weather advisory that's posted until 9 a.m. Saturday for the northern parts of the state. This is because of some slippery roadways that they'll have to watch out for heading up north through early Saturday morning. Wave height's not bad just yet, around 2 to 3 feet and looking pretty quiet further off towards the north and east as well. So overall, not bad just yet, but the wave heights will be increasing coming up later on today and the parts of tonight as well. Now, you might be noticing the radar, though. You might be thinking, oh, we have precipitation on the way, and maybe for a few of you, though, but really for the rest of us, we're going to stay dry out there with a mostly cloudy sky. We have high pressure overhead that will erode a lot of this moisture, though, but we will have some precipitation that could possibly make it to the ground today, but it will not be a big deal at all. But there it is right about in here, though. High pressure not too far away. We have this energy tracking in from the west going toward the east, so mainly the clouds today, but again, a few raindrops or snow flurries cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. So moving forward, for today, a mostly cloudy sky will be the common idea. We hold on to the clouds coming up later on tonight as well. Notice the precipitation in the northern parts of the state overnight tonight and parts of Saturday morning as well. That's why that winter weather advisory is posted. But our return for any precipitation will be rain showers coming up early Saturday night. Those will quickly get out of here as we head towards early Sunday morning. As for the gusty winds, so we might notice that for a little bit today, reaching up to around 15 miles per hour at times. It will not be a big deal at all. That will continue into parts of tonight as well, despite the chances for fog. And then for tomorrow, though, the winds start to back off just a little bit. Otherwise, though, our average high temperature, though, should be in the 20s. Look what we did yesterday. We did lower 40s, which is 13 degrees above average. We've remained above average for a while, as our average high temperature is actually now in the lower 30s as of today. We'll do lower 40s today, upper 40s for you Saturday, mid 40s Sunday, lower 40s for you Monday. Then we're cooling off back in the low 30s Tuesday. Upper 20s Wednesday, and then we're back in the upper 20s again as we head towards your Thursday. So for today, we have lower 40s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 30s, mostly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 40s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's looking at extended forecast. So Saturday will be mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 40s, mid 40s Sunday, mostly cloudy, and then Monday, mostly cloudy again, highs in the low 40s. The lower 30s for a Tuesday with a mostly cloudy sky.
When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all. Again. There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad. Don't miss your chance to drive away in a new Nissan.
Let's roll.
Now, get a low $329 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue, or get a low $259 per month lease on Sentra.
Act fast. Offers this good won't stick around.
There are some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings.
Presentation looks great.
Thanks. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals. That one. And look forward to a more confident future.
That is one dynamic duo. Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
CEM DP Porter Contractors has been in business for over 40 years in the Bangor area. We specialize in commercial, medical, and residential design build construction, as well as building maintenance and renovations. CEM DP Porter Contractors is currently hiring in Herman for multiple positions, including carpenters and a project manager superintendent. We offer vacation, holidays, a 3% IRA match, competitive pay, and a family-oriented environment. If interested in applying, please contact Jason at 848-7486.
Give me one good reason why I should call the Twos.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, we make it easy. 2, it's fast. Read the results. Call the Twos. We win for you.
Every week, TMZ investigates pop culture's biggest stories.
I was scared.
And Monday,
an OnlyFans star killed her boyfriend.
If this hadn't happened, it would be her funeral we were talking about.
TMZ investigates killer OnlyFans model this Monday at 9, 8 Central on Fox.
President Biden's age and competency put into question following a stinging report on his classified documents probe. Fox News correspondent Connor Hansen has more from New York.
Well-meaning, and I'm an elderly man, and I know what the hell I'm doing.
President Biden won't be facing any criminal charges in Special Counsel Robert Hur's classified documents investigation, but Hur's assessment of Biden as a, quote, elderly man with poor memory may have lasting effects. Hur noting in the report, quote, it would be difficult to convince a jury that they should convict him, by then a former president well into his 80s, of a serious felony that requires a mental state of willfulness. Hours after the report's release, Mr. Biden had this to say about his competency.
My memory is not good. My memory is fine. My memory, take a look at what I've done since I become president. None of you thought I could pass any of the things I got past.
Some of Biden's opponents, however, found the report disturbing.
It's unnerving that the world can see this. It's not good for America.
The report found the president kept classified materials during his time as vice president, senator, and as a private citizen. Some of those documents contained sensitive information, with the report saying some could have been taken by mistake.
I think what Joe Biden did here was very sloppy at a minimum. There was tremendous oversight. It's embarrassing.
Former President Trump is scheduled to go on trial in May for his classified documents case. In a statement, he called Hur's report a two-tiered system of justice. In New York, Connor Hansen, Fox News.
The FAA says it's investigating after 2 planes collide on the tarmac at Boston Logan International Airport. No one was injured after the 2 JetBlue planes, Flight 777 and Flight 551, collided on Thursday. The collision happened on the airport's de-icing pad and damaged one of the aircraft's winglets and damaged the other plane's tail section. Both aircrafts will now be out of service for repairs. JetBlue says safety is its priority and will investigate how and why the collision happened. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, we have another installment of Destination Devon. This and more as Good Morning Maine continues.
There are some things that work better together. Like your workplace benefits and retirement savings. Voya provides tools that help you make the right investment and benefit choices so you can reach today's financial goals and look forward to a more confident future.
Voya. Well planned, well invested, well protected.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can it keep me warm when I'm cold?
Wait, no, I'm always hot.
Sleep Number does that.
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Sleep Number does that.
Can it help us sleep better and better?
Please.
Sleep Number does that.
94% of smart sleepers report better sleep. Now, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base.
We've got a huge game here.
And this place is buzzing now.
You can't guard against that, Gus. To the bucket. Oh! Nicely done. We got a ball game going on, folks. Talk about some nuggets. Young fella, don't hurt him. Oh!
Creighton, Xavier, Saturday at noon Eastern on Fox.
You're watching Fox 22, Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith, and today is Friday, February 9th, 2024. And today is both National Pizza Day and National Chocolate Day. I think it's crazy that they both not only fell on the same day, two very important food groups right there, pizza and chocolate, but they fell on a Friday. That's lovely. I think it's a good day to indulge. I think I will have to order a pizza later. I like that plan. Okay, moving on to some history now. In 1775, the British Parliament declared the Massachusetts colony to be in rebellion. This, of course, just the beginning of the Revolutionary War. In 1870, the U.S. Army established the National Weather Service. I didn't know. That was all the Army's doing. Very interesting. And a few years later, in 1871, the Federal Fish Protection Office was authorized by the U.S. Congress. Riveting historical fun facts this morning, I know. It was a weird day for historical fun facts. Also, though, I'm seeing a trend with these things. There's a lot of federal and war-related stuff that happened on this day. Also, in 1889, the United States Department of Agriculture was established. In 1897, the British invaded the Nigerian city of Benin, which marked the end of the entire Kingdom of Benin in Nigeria, which formed in the 11th century. Very sad. In 1904, Japanese torpedo boats made a surprise attack on Russian ships at the Port Arthur Naval Base in Manchuria, beginning the Russo-Japanese War. In 1943, during World War II, the Battle of Guadalcanal ended with an Allied victory over Japan. Also in 1943, U.S. President FDR signed an executive order setting a minimum 48-hour work week for a number of critical war industries. Interesting. For birthdays today, we have American novelist Alice Walker, known for books like The Color Purple and Meridian. In 1982, she became the first African-American woman to win the Pulitzer Prize for fiction for her novel, The Color Purple. She is 80 years old today. Next, we have another very successful woman in her 80s, Carole King, one of the most successful female songwriters of the latter half of the 20th century. She's 82 today. And finally, it's also the birthday of iconic actor Joe Pesci, who has been known for playing quite volatile characters in all sorts of genres of films. He is 81 today. I love Joe Pesci. His characters always speak to me. Oftentimes I find my internal monologue kind of veering into the Joe Pesci type of language, and that's when I know I need to reel it in. Time to reel it in and take a deep breath. Okay, let's get a look at that weekend forecast. It's going to be quite unseasonably warm today and tomorrow. So let's check in with meteorologist Devin Biggs.
Alrighty, Emma, happy Friday morning. A small crowd advisory is in effect along the coast until 6 a.m. Saturday because we're watching for some active surf that will be possible. There's also a winter weather advisory up farther off towards the north until 9 a.m. Saturday because they're watching out for slippery roadways that will be possible. There was some wintry precipitation that will be on the way. Meanwhile, though, we're watching for some clouds that are moving in from the west going toward the east. You might notice the precipitation right about in here and think we're in trouble, right? Well, we're not really because we do have high pressure that's right overhead with the dry air overhead as well. That will erode some of that precipitation before it makes it to the ground. So even though we have all this tracking in from the west to the east, most of us should stay dry today. You might notice some precipitation at best, though, but most of us should stay dry overall. Moving forward, though, mostly cloudy coming up for today. We'll hold on to the clouds coming up later on tonight. And also through Saturday, we will have rain showers on the way as we head towards Saturday night. The winds may start to increase a little bit at around 5 to 10 miles per hour. A few gusts, even up to 15 miles per hour, cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up there. So for today, here we go. Lower 40s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. For tonight, lower 30s, mostly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way. South wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 40s, mostly cloudy, south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. All right, that early forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period of mostly cloudy sky. Temperatures warming to the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Emma?
Thank you, Devin Biggs. Now it's time to turn things over to Devin Dagnalt to learn about his latest destination, Devin.
Thanks, Emma. Growing up here in Maine, my brothers and I always loved going out to our hill on snow days to see who could sled down the hill fastest.
I don't know why we did it this way.
As we got older, we didn't
like...
really go sledding anymore. Lucky for us, there's an event down in Camden that can bring the kid out in anyone. Let's check it out on this week's Destination Devon.
Super exciting race. Super fast.
And this is just a great way to bring the community and everybody around the country together. And I can't think of a better day that we could have picked for this, for sure. You don't see a sad face. It doesn't matter how cold it is. You're having a great time.
During the first weekend of February, the Camden Snow Bowl hosted what they refer to as the pinnacle of winter competition, but it's more commonly known as the U.S. National Toboggan Championship. Competitors trek to the top of the 400-foot-long toboggan chute where they launch themselves down, easily reaching speeds of 35 miles an hour in an attempt to win it all.
We're all just big kids out here having a good time, and it's just an awful lot of fun to be on the chute.
Challengers come from all over the country and beyond to throw their hat in the ring to become the Snow Bowl's newest champion, with many returning year after year. But there are a few attendees who have a little more experience than others.
My bride was a little upset. She's afraid. She's worried about me.
That's Bob Annis. His father was the original builder of the toboggan chute back in 1936, and when it was done, Bob was the first person to try it out at just 2.5 years old.
And when he was done building the chute, he said to my mother, I'm going to take him down the chute.
Now at 90 years and 8 months old, Bob decided it was time to take one last ride.
Can't wait to go. FMC.
But the day isn't just about seeing who can make their sled go faster. As part of the race, competitors are encouraged to put on their Sunday best for the slope.
We award special prizes for the best costumes. As you can see, costumes.
U.S. National Toboggan Championship coach Holly Anderson says it doesn't matter if you come as a competitor or a spectator, it's a great day for everyone. But if you decide to go as a spectator, she's got a warning for you.
I always tell people that be careful if you come as a spectator because you're going to want to come back the next year as a racer. It happens all the time. I hear from so many people, oh, I was here last year spectating. I want to try this out.
Cool. It looks like they had a good turnout.
Yeah, no, it was a great turnout. And what's really cool about that is over half the people that show up to this aren't even from Maine.
Wow.
There were people as far as Florida coming out all the way up here just to ride the toboggan as fast as they could. So it was really cool.
Yeah, I know. I'm wondering if we should have a toboggan in next year's tournament, an ABC 17.
I don't see why not. I say we put Craig right at the front.
Yeah, right.
Let him be the face of the team.
Yeah, that would make a good promo.
I think so too. He'll have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, it looks like you talked me into it.
All right.
Okay. Hey, still to come here this morning, Tyler Cruz will have our sports updates. Plus, we'll check in with the folks from Loaves and Fishes Food Pantry. They have a special program starting next week, so we'll be right back.
You should Angie that.
Angie what?
Angie that. It means comparing custom quotes from skilled service professionals or booking at an upfront price so you can find the best price for you. Get started today at Angie.com.
With features you won't find on Honda CR-V, Toyota RAV4, or Subaru Forester, the Hyundai Tucson puts the other guys in their place. Namely, the rear-view mirror. Only a Tucson compares to a Tucson. Lease an all-wheel drive Tucson for $229 a month, or get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash. See your Bangor Hyundai dealer.
Today, my friend, you did it. You did it. You did it.
Centrum Silver is now clinically shown to support cognitive health in older adults. It's one more step towards taking charge of your health. So every day, you can say, with Centrum Silver.
Valentine's Day is almost here, and at Quality Jewelers, we're going to help you make it one to remember. Any purchase made between now and Valentine's Day is going to come with a card, chocolates, and a stuffed animal. Also, for a limited time, qualified buyers will receive a pair of VS Lab Diamond studs, an incredible value. Shop exquisite styles of fine jewelry right in downtown Bangor with us here at Quality Jewelers. Quality Jewelers, locally owned and operated, Penobscot Plaza, Bangor.
On the next Last Man Standing, an unauthorized sleepover.
Kyle, what are you doing here? What am I doing here? What are you doing here?
Puts Kyle in the doghouse.
Went out with Mike's daughter last night, and I sort of stayed over.
Does Mike know?
I'm not sure.
Hey, Kyle! He knows.
And Mike lays down the law.
She wants to have sex in this house. I'm not for it. End of story.
You know that story doesn't have a happy ending.
Oh, you have to use those words.
Last Man Standing.
This afternoon, starting at 4 on Fox 22.
The baddest superstars on the planet are unleashed in prime time. From the heavens! All new Friday Night SmackDown tonight at 8/7 Central on Fox.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start up in Orono with Maine women's basketball. Just like last year, the Black Bears are having to work without Ann Simon on the court for the time being. She's day-to-day, but that isn't stopping them. Ryan Sudol has more.
We all play together so well that we don't really feel like we have to compensate for anything.
Even with star guard Ann Simon out this past week, Maine women's basketball proved once again they are threats no matter who suits up.
Unfortunately, we're kind of used to it. It's next person up, and that's what we do, and I thought we did a good job of that the other day.
The Black Bears picked up a big road win Saturday against Bryant, scoring 37 points off the bench, 24 of which were from senior Olivia Rockwood off 8 threes.
We always tell Liv, shoot the ball. She's a great shooter. We'll always have the confidence in her.
We didn't really force anything, so I think that's why we got so many open shots. And even though I had a lot, everybody on the team was able to shoot.
Junior Adriana Smith also won her third America East Player of the Week award. But the more common that gets, the more focused she becomes on the end goal.
Anything else that comes up is obviously a bonus, and I'm grateful for that award. But it's our goal is always to win games and go to the American East Championship.
In order for the Black Bears to do that, it's simple.
We just have to keep getting better every day, taking it one day at a time and not worrying about anything else in the conference except for who we're playing and what's in front of us that next day.
What's next for the Black Bears is UNH on Saturday at the Pit for the National Girls and Women in Sports Day celebration, which further reminds the team how their success is inspiring the next generation.
I'm really thankful that I'm in this opportunity to be able to have younger athletes look up to me and be able to show them that they can do whatever they put their minds to.
Seeing all the little girls that come and are just excited to see us is just really great, and I'm really grateful I get to have that type of platform and mean something to them.
In Orono, I'm Ryan Sudol, ABC 7, Fox 22 Sports.
All right, thank you for that, Ryan. Let's stay with some basketball now. Before the MDI boys basketball game against Ellsworth on Wednesday night, the Trojans honored a very special MDI legend. MDI is renaming their court and dedicating it to the late Jamie Gonzalez, who passed away this July after a battle with cancer. Jamie was around MDI High School for years. He was actually part of the first ever graduating class there, and immediately after took a job with the school department. He was always in the gym, taking pride in sweeping the floor before cheering on the Trojans every game. During his speech dedicating the court, MDI principal Matt Haney said Jamie would often help kids who couldn't afford lunch or new sneakers or what have you, and he says he definitely bled Trojan green.
He always spent so much time in the school since the time he was a teenager, and this particular place was his favorite place. He must have watched thousands of basketball games and cheered for the Trojans, and so we couldn't think of any better way than to name this court after Jamie. He just was such a genuine man who wanted nothing more than to see the students be happy. The students and, by extension, our whole community. He would do anything to make people smile. All
right, now to some high school basketball. Now Thursday, the last day of the regular season. Let's start with a boys A North matchup with Lawrence visiting Skowhegan. Riverhawks already securing that 8 seed in the A North tournament, but the Bulldogs, the 7 seed. First quarter is where we'll kick this off. Skowhegan's Adam Fitzgerald bringing it down the floor. He pulls up from pro range and knocks it in for 3. Later, it's Lawrence's Cole Kirion, an overhead pass here to Michael Hamlin. He's got an open look from 3, and he knows what to do with it. Drills it from there. Dogs down 4 after 1. Second quarter, Skowhegan's Aiden McGinty gets it to a wide open Trevor Austin on the wing. That is another triple. And then finally for Lawrence, it's Brandon Watson, the steal. Dane Zawistowski hurls it down to Gavin Lunt in stride, who gets to the rim for 2. Hawks up at the half, but the Bulldogs come back. They win 72-69. All right, let's go to a Class B boys matchup now. The 4th seed in B South, Madomic Valley, visiting MCI. Second quarter, Corey Donlin from Madomic tips the pass, and Mason Wynn takes it all the way down the floor to the rack for 2. Third quarter, MCI's Drew Shorey on the break, and he is a one-man wrecking crew, getting around Wen at the rim to lay it in. Later, Madomic's Luke Cheeseman strips Cole Allen, and here comes Gabe Lash swooping in for the lay-in plus the foul. Then finally, Wen has it, passes it across to Christian Schumann in the corner, and his 3 is money. Panthers roll 57-30. All right, to a Class A matchup now. It's the Nokomis girls taking on the Hamden Academy Broncos, and that Bronco band is rocking in the stable. Last game of the season, end of the first half, Lauren Voder swings it over to Lily Montgomery Rice to Aubrey Shaw, who nails a 3 at the buzzer. Hamden up big at the half. They would not cool off. Back-to-back 3s here early in the third quarter. That's Lucy Wiles hitting them both. She was money in that third quarter. Big run in the middle of the game for the Broncos. Nokomis now. Danica Migliore over to Briley Below. She banks it in, but there was no slowing the Broncos on Thursday night. Eve Wiles to Zoe Higgins. She pulls up and drains the long-range jumper. Broncos win big 80-22. All right, now over to Nokomis, where the Broncos look to lock up the #1 seed in Class A North Boys. Warriors student section out in force. Opening up the scoring for the night, Liam Hennigan knocks down a straightaway 3. Broncos on the board first. Later in the half, Alex Grant grabs a 50-50 ball there, slings it over to Jake Newmeyer, to Connor Sides, back to Newmeyer for the lay-in. Great play right there for the Warriors. Here they come again with the ball. This time, Seth Bowden finds Dawson Townsend, who nails the triple right there. To the second half we go. Game still close. Bowden doing what he does best. Finishes through contact and 1. But this one would come down to the wire. J.J. Wolfington in the post. A nifty move. Finishes that one for 2. Hamden wins 44-42. All right, that is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
You come to a credit union to work because you actually like helping people.
You get to be a part of really life-changing moments.
It builds a really rewarding professional career.
And that's why I like credit unions.
At the Toyota Washington's Birthday Sales Event, you can bank on cash-saving deals on a huge selection and bank on superior quality from the longest-lasting brand. You could get 4.99% financing for 60 months on select all-wheel drive Highlanders, which could save you up to $2,300. But hurry, it ends March 4th, and you can bank on that too. See your New England Toyota dealer, your all-wheel drive headquarters. Toyota, let's go places.
When you've experienced fire and smoke damage in your home, when pipes break and you have water everywhere, when you're concerned about your family's health because of mold, you need a friendly face to take care of it all. You need the friendly faces of Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. We're just a click or call away. Whatever life throws at you, Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration is here for you. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration. You keep the memories. We'll handle the rest.
Oversharing can be spiritual.
Name someone you had a romantic dream about.
My minister.
Praise the Lord, Pastor.
It can be loving.
You love to plant a big wet kiss on Steve Harvey's what?
Lips.
Your lips ain't big enough for these lips.
It can be wet.
Name someone who has touched your bare bottom.
The pool guy.
Overshare with Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
A new car? A new home? Or what about that vacation you know you deserve? Why spend more when you could spend less? Maine credit unions offer lower loan rates and bigger savings. Find your credit union at mainecreditunions.org.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. I'm here with Jessica Seavey. She is the Program Director of Loaves and Fishes in Ellsworth, and Tracy Schaefer. She is the President of Loaves and Fishes, and they're here to talk about their new program, Hunger Doesn't Take a Vacation. My dears, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Of course. So what's this new program?
So we are going to be having a program over the next week before vacation starts, which is the following week.
Yep. School vacation.
Yes, school vacation. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we're going to be handing out an extra box of food to families with children.
Nice.
It includes a big family pack of hamburger, some potatoes, a couple of cans of vegetables, a dessert. So it just give that
dessert
extra,
too.
Yeah,
Nice.
It'll give extra food to families that they're struggling already feeding their family. So having their kids home all week just makes it harder.
Right.
So.
Yeah, we were talking about this before the interview started, Tracy. It seems like there's an immense need around these vacations, and this is why the program started, right?
There are. I was really surprised when I started to volunteer in this space that a lot of children have apprehension when school vacations are approaching because their supplemental breakfast and lunch provided by the schools here in Maine are not involved during the vacation period.
Yeah.
So when I was growing up, I looked forward to those vacation periods to realize that some kids have anxiety over that.
Mm-hmm.
That's where we step in through the help of our community and our organizations that support us to help with that, to help the parents provide that little extra so that they can make it through, in this case, the week easier.
Right. For folks who need that help, do they have to fill out an application or anything before this week, or can they show up?
Yeah, so we're giving them out to anyone who's a member of the pantry. So if you want to become a member or, come receive our services, you just have to fill out some forms and we'll put you in our system.
Yeah. Could it be the same day of these
Yes.
things?
Of course.
Cool.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And I mean, this seems like it takes an immense amount of help and donations. You're obviously probably looking for donations. Is it monetary or certain items? How can folks help?
Yeah, the pantry is always thrilled to get any type of donation at all. It can be in-kind donations of food products, diapers, healthcare and hygiene items. We're always
like pads and tampons and stuff like that.
Toilet paper,
yeah.
deodorant.
Yes.
Right. Oh, toilet paper. Yep.
And any type of foodstuffs. We have a large area where we can store chilled and frozen items in the back room, and then bring those out as they're needed. We also have a great deal of space for your shelf-stable type of products. So that type of gift is wonderful.
Yeah.
We can also take monetary donations and expand on those, make those more valuable through our purchasing agreement with Good Shepherd Food Pantry here in Maine.
Yeah.
So financial donations through our website are always welcome.
Yeah.
And our website is livesandfishesellsworth.org.
Easy enough to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you guys are all volunteers, right? We were talking about this. I was commenting on how succinct and lovely. I love a good press release, and you guys send out really good ones. And I found out the guy who writes those, that's all volunteer work, and that's a lot of work.
Right. Yeah.
So are you looking for volunteers as well?
Always looking for volunteers. The Hunger Doesn't Take a Vacation event we're doing is we have a bunch of volunteers coming in to help package those Sunday, so that we're all ready to hand out throughout the week. So everything we do is volunteer based. So
taking time out of their Super Bowl Sunday to come help.
Exactly.
Yeah, good
Exactly.
on them. Yeah. All right. It looks like we're about out of time, guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Having us again.
Of course. We'll send it over to Devin Biggs for our full weather forecast.
Alrighty, Emma, thank you very much. A small craft advisory is posted until 6 a.m. Saturday, though, along the coast because active surf will be expected coming up. There's also a winter weather advisory that's posted until 9 a.m. Saturday for the northern parts of the state. This is because of some slippery roadways that they'll have to watch out for heading up north through early Saturday morning. Wave height's not bad just yet, around 2 to 3 feet, and looking pretty quiet further off towards the north and east as well. So overall, not bad just yet, but the wave heights will be increasing coming up later on today and the parts of tonight as well. Now, you might be noticing the radar, though. You might be thinking, oh, we have precipitation on the way, and maybe for a few of you, though, but really for the rest of us, we're going to stay dry out there with a mostly cloudy sky. We have high pressure overhead that will erode a lot of this moisture, though, but we will have some precipitation that could possibly make it to the ground today, but it will not be a big deal at all. But there it is right about in here, though. High pressure not too far away. We have this energy tracking in from the west going toward the east, so mainly the clouds today, but again, a few raindrops or snow flurries cannot be ruled out before we're all finished up. So moving forward, For today, a mostly cloudy sky will be the common idea. We hold on to the clouds coming up later on tonight as well. Notice the precipitation in the northern parts of the state overnight tonight and parts of Saturday morning as well. That's why that winter weather advisory is posted. But our return for any precipitation will be rain showers coming up early Saturday night. Those will quickly get out of here as we head towards early Sunday morning. As for the gusty winds, though, we might notice that for a little bit today, reaching up to around 15 miles per hour at times. It will not be a big deal at all. That will continue into parts of tonight as well, despite the chances for fog. And then for tomorrow, though, the winds start to back off just a little bit. Otherwise, though, our average high temperature, though, should be in the 20s. Look what we did yesterday. We did lower 40s, which is 13 degrees above average. We've remained above average for a while, as our average high temperature is actually now in the lower 30s as of today. We'll do lower 40s today, upper 40s for you Saturday, mid 40s Sunday, lower 40s for you Monday. Then we're cooling off back in the low 30s Tuesday. Upper 20s Wednesday, and then we're back in the upper 20s again as we head towards your Thursday. So for today, we have lower 40s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Later on tonight, lower 30s, mostly cloudy, areas of dense fog on the way, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 40s, mostly cloudy, and a south wind getting up to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, here's looking at extended forecast. So Saturday will be mostly cloudy, highs in the upper 40s. Mid 40s Sunday, mostly cloudy, and then Monday, mostly cloudy again, highs in the low 40s. The lower 30s for a Tuesday with a mostly cloudy sky.
When Caroline has a cough, she takes Robitussin, so she can have those one-on-ones again.
Hey, Jim. Can we talk about Casual Fridays?
For sure. What's up? Get fast, powerful cough relief with Robitussin and find your voice.
Robitussin. When a rookie stunt driver meets the trainer who thought he'd seen it all. Again. There's bound to be action. But this is no ordinary blockbuster. It's a Nissan sales event ad. Don't miss your chance to drive away in a new Nissan.
Let's roll.
Now, get a low $329 per month lease on the 2023 Nissan Rogue, or get a low $259 per month lease on Sentra.
Act fast. Offers this good won't stick around.
Only the Sleep Number smart bed lets you each choose your individual firmness and comfort, your Sleep Number setting, and actively cools or warms up to 13 degrees on either side. Now, save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Monday, only at Sleep Number.
Come stop by Triple S Tag Shop, 315 Hamden Road, Carmel, for quality clothing and equestrian gear.
25 words or less.
11 words. Oh, you just came to slay. Oh.
Every weekday.
Wave, light, pebbles. Rebel!
You did it. You did it.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Sunday is this weekend, and that means all kinds of celebrations. The Maine Bureau of Highway Safety is encouraging fans to designate a driver before they start to drink. Specialist Seth Allen of the Maine State Police says, quote, "Too many times I've seen the aftermath of someone that did not make a plan to get home safely and ruined their life or the life of another." Besides designating a driver, the Bureau of Highway Safety suggests serving a selection of non-alcoholic drinks if you're hosting a party and encourage guests to eat food. Call for a ride if your designated driver does drink. According to the Maine Bureau of Highway Safety, men are more likely than women to drive impaired. They say the rate of alcohol impairment among drivers involved in fatal crashes is twice as high at night compared to the day. I'm sure there will be plenty of officers on the road monitoring for stuff like this. And, you know, keep in mind that Ubers, Lyfts, taxis will be especially busy on nights like that. So maybe definitely plan in advance, because you may either have to wait longer or there may not be something available, you know, as soon as you want to leave. So keep that in mind. And lastly now, monarch butterflies, native to North and South America, appear to be taking a hit to their numbers lately. In Mexico, the number of monarch butterflies wintering there dropped by nearly 60% this year. the second lowest level since record-keeping began. Experts say the decrease is caused by heat, drought, and loss of habitat. Typically, the butterflies migrate from Canada and the United States to Mexico and back again. While the butterflies themselves aren't believed to be at risk of disappearing, the monarchs' migration patterns are. Super concerning. Experts note the monarchs appear to be moving to higher, cooler mountaintops nearby, with about 2/3 of the butterflies counted this year found outside of their traditional wintering grounds. And I mean, this is concerning because they're a pollinator. So you know, maybe start thinking about spring is on its way, maybe create a garden that's good for pollinators, help them out a little bit. Plus you'll have butterflies in your yard. That's cool. A win-win. Okay, looks like we're about out of time. If you missed anything, head to foxbangor.com. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Emma Smith. Have a great weekend.